What's up everyone and welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna show you how to create a Amapiano beat which is inspired by Tyler ECU. But I'm gonna try to replicate his style, create a smooth intro for the beat, then create a build up or kind of a build up, and then we're gonna create a crazy log drum. So get ready because this is gonna be a more technical video and I hope you guys find it helpful. So let's dive right in. So at first I'm starting off at 112 beats per minute in this case. And then I'm going to use a new plugin. So I'm going to use the Mini V4, this one. I really like to use the previous version, but I think this one sounds amazing. So let's open up the keys. Let's say we pick an electric piano, the spacious Hammond one, this one. So I'm gonna create this beat in C sharp minor, so make sure to adjust the scale, highlighting like this, C sharp in minor natural. Alright, now let's draw on the root notes. I'm gonna create a chord progression. So this will be our rhythm. So that sounds great. So right now let's create a full chord. So that's it, copy it over to C, G, and let's say E. So let's copy over this one again, Control C, Control V. Something like this. Maybe add one note right here. Okay, give it more power instantly by adding this one. So let's clone this one again. Let's just pick the next note within the scale, B, D, and F. So I feel like this is it. That sounds great, amazing preset. So now let's strumize it. So this softens up the sound as you can hear. Right now I think we have to reduce the velocity just a little bit. So disable bipolar. So I'm gonna remove or reduce it. And then this one, I think this one is too loud. So press a command and then lower it down. That sounds perfect. So I've played around with the melody for a while, still turned up the velocity because right now I think it sounds just much better. But I've played around with the brightness. And I have one note right here to create kind of a transition to the next chord. But still, same chord progression, very simple. So now let's add a unique bass line. So I'm gonna clone the Mini V4. Let's say basses. So maybe this one. And I'll reduce the brightness again. So do. So let's just continue this one, F, and then make sure maybe C. So as you can see, I'm just messing around. So that's it. I don't think we have to adjust anything, but still maybe we have to adjust the preset. So I think it's this filter. Let's add some more drive. That's it. Okay, that sounds like a really cool and unique bass line. So now we're gonna add a top melody, so top layer. So Mini Freak, one of my favorite synths. I think a flute would be a great fit. So flute. So picking just this one, there we go. So I'm gonna start off just at a note which we've already used. That's it. So very simple, copied over again. So don't like this one. So I've extended the flute melody. Right now it sounds like this. Goes perfect together with the chord progression. So that's it. So we're gonna create an 8-bar melody. I'm just gonna repeat over and over again. So now maybe let's add a layer from Purity. Really like to use this one. Maybe another Woodwind. Maybe this one. Then maybe remove some of the high frequencies. So that's it. Maybe add a second note. So for example, this E. I don't like it. Or maybe this one. So copy it over. Maybe turn up the volume even more. So we definitely have to reduce some of the high frequencies. So now we've created the main rhythm for the beat. So right now, let's already add some drums to define the drum rhythm. But before I'm gonna add the drums, I'm already going to add some swing, 20%, just the main rule. And right now, let's open up some sample packs. So first I'm gonna start off with the African Producer Bundle. And let's just start off by dragging in a kick. For example, this one, this very soft one. And let's drag in a shaker loop. So this one. Then let's select the elements which we've already created. Around 50% most of the cases. So that's it. So right now, let's create a unique kick rhythm. So instead of the 4x4 one, I'm just gonna start off with something random. Thing goes very well together with the bass line. So now let's drag in some percussions to define the main rhythm. So let's drag in this one. So I'm going to change it up a little bit. As you can see, I'm just dragging in some random samples again. So just this one, create an 8-bar loop. So let's add the next one. Percussion 29. Very simple, very simple. So we're just building layer by layer. So playing around with the velocity to add some more groove and rhythm. For now, let's use some samples from another drum kit. Let's say the Amapiano Paradise drum kit, which is doing great. So a lot of you guys like this drum kit. So let's open up the toms folder. So tom 16. We're adding some more mid frequencies. So let's pick another one. So tom 24. So this one is a little bit quiet, so normalize it. Ooh, has a lot of groove. So that sounds perfect. Maybe let's add a cymbal. So for example, a crash. So this one. Right now it's way too loud, so we have to reduce the volume. So it's just playing in the background. Maybe let's add another perk. So for example, a djembe. So one which contains some high frequencies. For example, this one. Just add some high frequencies. And maybe add another random drum loop just to spice it up even more. Maybe just let's loop this one. Play around with the pitch. Add some more texture to the background. So before I'm adding the log drum, I first want to add some elements which already add some texture and frequencies to the main part. Because in most of the cases, this is, for example, a pad or a bell which is playing on the second rhythm. So let's already add this. And a perfect plugin for doing this is using Morphine. And we could, for example, add a pad in advance. So let's open up the pads. For example, this one. Let's add a pad right here. Ooh, that sounds really cool. So let's add a second one. So simply just clone it. And let's pick a lead. This one sounds really cool. Make sure to reduce the volume because right now it's just way too loud. So now we're going to create a kind of ARP. So let's pitch it up. And then we're going to... That's it. So copy it over. Definitely have to tweak it and mix it. Right now it sounds just a little bit off, but we're going to fix that later on. And let's add another layer from, for example, Toxic Biohazard. So I've been using this one in a lot of my Amapiano beats lately. So I've been scrolling through some presets. I found this one. I'm going to add it right here, for example. So I've pitched it down to C4. So now I think it's time for adding the log drum. So I'm going to use the Fruity DX10 first. I'm going to open up the African Producer bundle again. I'm going to use the log drum kit. So the presets. So let's start off with this one. Okay, this one contains a lot of power. I'm going to add some unique effects to this log drum. But first we're going to draw in the rhythm. We're going to start off at C again. Let's pitch this one down. So let's copy it over. Maybe switch it up right here. Pitch this one up 1 octave. So in the second part of the log drum, we're going to add some more power. So we're going to add some more doubles right here, for example. So I've messed around with the log drum for a while, and right now it sounds like this. For now it's still not finished yet. So first we're going to add some more low frequency. So I'm going to use the DX10 again. And we're going to use the, let's say the E Flute. So E Flute preset right here. Copy it over. Adding some more low frequencies. So now I want to use another preset, but maybe just use a one shot in this case. Maybe this one, number 9. Copy it over. To pitch it up. So that's it. That sounds crazy. We definitely have to tweak it, especially when I pitch it down. So this one. Just messing around. So let's right now link all the elements to the mixer, because right now it's time to add some effects. So root to this track. So link them all. And then especially the log drum. So maybe right now I'm not messing around with the pitch. So I'm going to reverse it. That sounds hard. So I'm going to add some effects to this one, for example, and a perfect plugin for adding some more advanced effects is the effects channel from Serum. So, for example, some dimension. Use the unison. Okay, right now let's add some distortions. So I think right now we have to add the sine shaper. Not adding the distortion on the highest frequencies. So that's it, and maybe reduce some of the high frequencies right now. But that's it. So let's add the same effects to the first log drum. So especially the distortion. That's it. So that's it. So now maybe add another random one. So I really like the effects from Arturia. And this is the React one, the React preset, or the React plugin. So cool. And just let's scroll through the preset. Okay, that's it. Time folder. Just adding just enough. For now, let's add some more samples. So I'm going to add a drum roll, for example, this one. And let's add that up and down lifter from the Amapiano Paradise drum kit. Amapiano signature sound, this one. That's it. And maybe add some more low frequencies by adding another preset from the Fruity DX10. This one, let's say we add the FM sub to add some more mid frequencies. So copy over the exact same one again. That's it. And maybe let's add some distortion using the React again, this one. Just to make it a little bit more unique. Or now we could also play around with some of the presets on the log drum. For example, so the sustain, and then we're going to select tools, and then we're going to select last tweak or last tweaked, and then select create animation clip. And then we're going to just play around with the automation. So zoom in. Add some more right here. that's how you could, for example, play around with different sounds when it comes to the log drum. And this is something which Tyler often uses in his beats. So right now I think I've added the main elements for this beat, and it's going to take me a long time to finish it. So right now I'm going to take a little break, then finish the beat, and then catch up with you guys. So welcome back. I just finished up this beat, and I think the outcome, this one is a crazy one. So it took me a long time to make sure everything sounds perfect. But now I think this beat is ready to be uploaded to YouTube. But first, let me show you some of the elements which I've added to this beat. So in this beat, I've also created kind of a build up. So before I was creating this beat, I wanted to do something like this. And I've just basically copied the chord progression and reused some of the elements. And I've added another bass line also from Purity. So let's have a listen. Transition. Head roll right here coming in. So that's it. After this, the log drum is coming in. And let me show you the log drum, because this is definitely one of the most tricky elements for this beat. Right now, this one sounds like this. So this one is going crazy. So I've created a log drum bus. So I've used those 4 layers and then just basically routed them to this one. You could simply do this by route to this track. And then I've added a lot of effects. So I've added a lot of compression, some saturations, and I've used this fruity limiter where I'm saturating again. And I'm adding a ceiling because otherwise this one, when it comes to the volume, is going all the way. And on the log drum, I've added this cold fire distortion. And I've also, for example, added some more tube distortion on the preset from the DX10, just to add some extra distortion. And for the bass line, I've added this lo-fi effect, which I've added previously, but I've made some adjustments to the preset. So without all the effects, it sounds like this. Then I'm adding the effects on the main bus. Adding some clipping sound. And then I'm adding this one. Really cool. And I'm adding some more to the second log drum. And then the bass lines. And then I've also added some automations and then I've tweaked them. So right now it looks like this. So I've played around with the sustain. And I've also added some dimension right here. So right here it sounds like this. Sounds crazy. So widening up the log drum. So that's it. And I think those are the most important things which I wanted to show you when it comes to this project. So if you want to listen to the full beat without me rambling over it, make sure to check out the link in the description. But right now, let's have a listen. Really like the flute on this one. Just sounds very friendly. And then it's transitioning to this bass line, crazy log drum. I think it's very, very unique. That's a very unique bass line right here. Switching up the kick to a 4x4 right here. Open head coming in with a lot of reverb. Head roll. This one sounds crazy. So there we go. Snare right here. So guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And also let me know if you want to see more videos or more advanced videos like this. So most of the cases I'm keeping it very straightforward for you guys to make sure everyone can follow along with the tutorial. But right now I'm getting more creative, doing more crazy things. So I'm really looking forward to how it's gonna work out when I edit the final video. But with all this being said, I hope you have an amazing day, create some awesome beats, and see you next week.